Yo, 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 what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Good morning, y'all. It's Jay Reed. I'm back. Another market update to kick off the trading day and week. We got some fresh economic pressure brewing. Futures raising flashing red flags. And an update on my watch list. If you catch the Sunday kind of pre-show or pre-week show. We'll just check in on that watch list for the week. And so yeah, let's get it. First, I want to give a disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only. So this is not financial advice, and always do your own research before investing and making investment decisions. Like I said, I'm kind of documenting what I'm doing. And if you want to follow along, great. Some of these plays I won't make, but I'll let you know that. I'm just kind of giving commentary on it. So do with the information, you know, as you will, as you may, or whatever, however they say that. Also, make sure you check out my link tree in the bio or down in the description. Gives all the trading tools that I use, like BTCC. Is my favorite crypto trading platform because you can trade futures up to 500x. If you haven't signed up for Coinbase, there's a link to do that there. Some Streamlabs stuff you got going on for all the streamers, and some hosting for all of the web guys. And also make sure you check out in the link tree my next phase next phase media. They can help you with pretty much all of that stuff. So like I said, let's get right into it. Futures, S&P 500, and this is pre-market data. So as of when I created the show script, S&P futures were down like 0.3%. Light pullback with traders taking risk amid rising yields. And you have the Nasdaq is down about a half a point. Tech still under pressure, like I talked about in the pre-week show, in the Sunday market update. Tech is still under pressure as trade tensions heat up. Dow futures down about 0.22%, holding up slightly better due to value and defensive names. So that's where a lot of your defensive stocks are going to be, and your value-based stocks. And the VIX is up 6%. Volatility ticking up. Market is bracing for more uncertainty. And also gold is up about almost 2%. Risk off sentiment growing as yield pops near 2%. So you already know what that means when people start, when the VIX is up and gold is up. We got some headwinds ahead. So I'll get into some top. Let's go to Chrome. I'll get into some top headlines that I see, um, that are probably gonna shape the market here. So let's see here. We got China accusing U.S. of violating the trade truce. China accused U.S. of violating the trade truce. This brings the potential for tariff retaliations, which could hurt tech, autos, and consumer goods. So to me, this is the biggest macro headwind this month. Tariff headlines tend to move markets fast, so especially in sectors aligned with China or has some type of China exposure. So this article talks about, and we won't listen to this guy, but China responds to Trump. What? Do we want to listen to it? 2 minutes. See what we got here. I don't even know if you guys can hear that. Um, yeah, so I don't know if you guys can hear that, but basically he's just talking about he's going to if the U.S. I'm sorry, he's gonna raise tariffs on steel and aluminum from 25% to 50%. He calls it a great announcement. He did it on behalf of Howard Lutnick, and China responds to Trump on Monday, accusing the U.S. of violating their trade agreement, so to speak, and vowing to protect its interests, making it less likely that Trump will get the leadership call he wants. Um, to restart trade talks. So if the U.S. insists, and this is their comment from the Chinese Ministry of Commerce, if the U.S. insists on its own way and continues to damage China's interests, China will continue to take a resolute and forceful measures to safeguard its legitimate rights and interests. Beijing accused U.S. of introducing discriminatory restrictions, which include new guidelines on AI chips, exports, controls, and so this type of news, it hurts. Um, I mean, like I said, it's the biggest macro headwind of the month, tariffs, and our relationship with China. So it looks like we're starting the month off on a rocky. So also Tesla stock slips as Europe sales spiral. Um, Tesla is down pre-market after reporting weak EU sales, except for Norway. They had some good sales there, but everywhere else in the EU is down. Internal and also they have internal drama as Elon Musk denies pushing for a 25K EV project. So this is a sentiment issue. This is people having the wrong, and Tesla's been dealing with this ever since Musk has been talking and joined the administration. But this is a consumer sentiment issue. So we're not talking numbers. We're talking trust. People don't trust Tesla, or more specifically Elon. And now he's he kind of alienated one side, and now he's kind of putting himself on an island by criticizing the big beautiful bill. So we'll continue to watch that. So Tesla is in a to me is in a wait and see mode. So wait and see what they're gonna do, and we'll just read. Tesla car sales fell sharply in several European markets, including Sweden and Portugal, in May, a fifth consecutive month of decline that has been blamed on CEO Elon Musk. Like I said, however, Norway, where Tesla was started delivering revamped versions of its midsize SUV Model Y, provided a lone bright spot for the company, and it's preparing to roll out the refreshed vehicle in more European markets for this month. The company's U.S. Listed shares were 2% lower in pre-market trading. So as you can see, the month, last few days, it's been on a trending down. So if I'm personally have some of the ETF TSLY, it, more so for the dividend. They give monthly dividends, but it's probably something that I want to trim my position in that stock. So, like I said, we'll continue to watch that. JP Morgan flags stagflation risk. Um, we'll go to that. Where is that at? JP Morgan. JP Morgan. Uh, I don't know where that. Okay, here it is. Yeah. So J.P. Morgan warning of low growth plus sticky inflation equals a stagflation scenario. So Treasury yields are rising. The 10-year was up. Let me see. I don't have that data here. Do I have that data? Um, I don't have that data readily available. But the 10-year was going up. So if stagflation picks up, we might see a sector rotation out of growth and into hard assets. So like all the momentum and all the growth stocks, which make up pretty much all of the Mag 7. If stagflation hits, people are going to pull out of that and go to, hard assets like gold, even Bitcoin may be a destination for those. So, JPMorgan CEO Jamie Dimon said on Monday that the rising U.S. national debt is going to create a tough time for the bond market and could eventually cause spreads. I'm sorry, eventually cause spreads to widen. So the credit spread, the old credit spread trade. So want to read up on that. Definitely look out for that headwind. And like I talked about earlier, the Friday jobs report incoming forecast is 130K. Um, it's too hot. Fed may delay cuts. If it's too cold, recession alarm. So we're kind of in a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. Probably want to look for that to hit. The jobs data this week is critical. If we see surprise strength, rate cuts hopes take a hit. So I talked about this on the Sunday market outlook. So that's I think that's going to be the elephant in the room the whole week. Um, and like I talked about, we'll go to the charts, pre-market movers. Tesla. Tesla was down 3%. So as we talked about, they're down 3.3%. We have Meta. Meta's up 0.3% pre-market. Actually, it's pulled back a little bit from that, so we'll continue to watch that. Verizon Communications, that was up 1.5% almost. Pulled back a little bit off of that, so it's just a little bit above the close. Let's see, yes, Goldman Sachs, they're holding steady as well. They were up, they were flat, and then you have some other leading small cap gainers. RGC, they're up. That they're up. Pretty much flat. Actually, I'm sorry. They're up a little bit. You have Ulta Beauty. They're looking to have a good morning. They may swing to the upside, and also you have Lyle. I probably would stay away from. They have a split coming up 1 to 20. So I think they're up off of that. So trying to get into that. So that's probably gonna be good. That's probably gonna be real good for. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the chat. Make sure you share the stream, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah. So Lyle is a pre-market mover. Um, and we'll take a quick break, just a real quick break, and then I'll get into my watch list. So I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're back. So like I said, we're going to get into the watch list. And this is, my weekly, my week plays, my plays of the week, and some of them may be old plays, but or more long term. But we just want to focus on these for the week, and we'll kind of follow them along with my streams. But my first one is on holding, ON holding. Their ticker is ONON. Um, their setup, the base is, they're above, the setup is above 59. So they're calling above the 59 base, and we got some Fibonacci resistance at at 60.27 through 61.29. So once it gets out of, gets out of this, that 100% retracement right here, and it breaks out of that, then we're, you know, sky's the limit, so to speak. Um, so we'll continue to monitor that, but I guess if you want to wait and see, you wait till it breaks the 60, this mark right here, 61.29. But if you just want to follow the retracement, it is up pre-market a tad, up to the to the 100% retracement. Then that's what I'm doing. Um, so I won't say I really believe in them, but the RSI is about 45, so it's curling up. So like I said, if it goes below 58, 89 ish, something like that, then we know it's probably invalid. But if it stays above that on market open, I think we're headed to some pretty good. We could even see 65.93 by the end of the week, or sometime midweek. So that's on holding. AG ticker is ONON. Then we got Qualcomm. Qualcomm is another one of my plays of the week. They're setting up right at the 78% Fibonacci. As you can see right here, and that's at like 143.64 ish. So that's where I would, that would be my entry point. Right now they're a little bit above that, so I'm looking for them to pull back some and hit that mark. Um, previous double top was around one 150, somewhere up here, yeah, 156. Um, so so RSI is pretty neutral at 43. It is trending down a little bit. So the play is support to resistance bounce toward 147 to 148. And if it breaks below 141.77, then get out, because it could fall a lot. But we see, even though this is the 1 hour chart, even though the fib is pointing down, um, like I said, a good entry point is at the 78% mark, is 143.64. And hopefully that goes up to 1.8. That's a good 5%. 5% plays are pretty good, as long as the stock doesn't cost too much. So that's Qualcomm. The ticker is QCOM. Again, if it breaks below 141, then you're in trouble. But anything above that, I think the best entry point is a 143, because it should bounce off of that. And then we have Coinbase, tickers Coin. Um, Setup is, we wanted to pull back between anywhere between 245 to 247. So right now it is a little it's above that pre-market. It's at 247. We want to hit this sweet spot right here, 245. But don't wait too long, because it is, as you can see on the RSI, it is heavily oversold. Been on a downtrend, so it's likely that it bounces off of this, the 30 mark. It may dip under that, but that's what we want. We want a slight pullback, a couple bucks. So if it breaks above 248, that equals a continuation of the current trend. Breaking under 245, it could go down to 227. So, and probably some, but it's where its last break. So, wanted to stay above 245. Anything above 245, you're good. And we have Alcoa. Again, this is based on to me, it's based on the tariff threat. Um, it is down some pre-market. It's testing support at 2675. The key Fibonacci is the 200 EMA, right where it's at. So RSI is in an oversold position. And so the play is to hold and push towards 2762. That equals, if it breaks below 25, then you're in trouble. 2550. So my play is to watch it come down to 2610, and then make that my entry point, and like I said, ride it all the way up to 2762, which is 38%. 38% Fibonacci mark number to the fib. So that's my play on that one. Hold and push towards 2762. So I'm waiting for a pullback to 2610, and then I will hold to 2762 and kind of wait and see those. If I lose, I'll put a good stop loss so I lock in some profits. Then we'll move on to PayPal. Not too fun to PayPal because I don't like fintech right now. But it's holding the 78% Fibonacci. That's at about 70.09, slightly above the 200 EMA. RSI is neutral to weak at 41. So if it closes above 70.45, then we could see targets at 71 and 73. 71 would be 100%, or the 38% Fibonacci. So we know what that means if you study Fibonacci. Um, Breakout equals 67. So if it falls to 67, the support level here, then we could have a breakout. So we want to wait for, really the play is to wait till it falls towards 67 and then get in. And then the last one on my list, I think I just added this morning, but it's something that I've been following for a while, and that's T Limited. They've been on a tear here lately. You got a bull flag pattern near 157 to 160, which they're right at that range right now, pre-market. Fib resistance is above that. We got some resistance here at 169. So the play is to hold at 157. We don't want it to fall that low, but if that's where it's at. It's pretty much at 150, headed towards 157. So we want to hold at that level and push to 64.70. That's 38%, I believe. Yeah, the 38% Fibonacci. And we want to look out for the 149 test, which would this mark here, area here. So the 149.90, it could fall to there. So there is some risk involved if you get in right now. But there's also some risk that you may miss the bounce here. So those are my plays of the week. We're about 30 minutes away from the bell. So again, I want to thank you for rocking with me this morning. Don't remember, if you're trying to get into crypto trading, you don't know a platform, a good place to start is Coinbase. Again, the links in my bio, up above or down in the description. Also, if you're a little bit, if you're already into crypto but you want more action, or you thrive in volatility, BTCC is also a site that you can use to trade. My favorite part about it is being able to trade futures up to 500x leverage, so you can maximize your bag. And if you use the link in the bio or down in the description, you'll get a 10% bonus for all first time users. They also have copy trading. They also have spot market trading. So they also have a good knowledge base that'll help you learn if you're looking to learn. Um, Also, for all the creators out there, if you don't know, Streamlabs is the place to go. That link is also in my bio, and in the description below. And also, if you're looking to for a good place to host your website, Bluehost you know is an all-inclusive provider. Anywhere from if you're a novice, you just want to host your WordPress site or something like that, or if you want to go up to server allocation and management, they have what you need. Also, in my link tree, check out Next Phase Media. They can help you with all of these needs, from creating bots, creating trading bots, anything, websites, design, a number of different things. So check out that website as well. So that's it for my morning prep. You Morning market update on Monday. Um, you know, Set your charts up. If you want help on setting your chart up, make sure you check out my Read Deck series. That gives you insight on my indicators, so you can pick and choose what you want and how I read them to gauge what the market's doing. So remember, stay disciplined, and check my link tree for all the tools and bonuses. So, and again, this is not financial advice. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. And make sure you support my stream. Hit the Patreon. Hit anything you want, man. Just show some love. And that's all I got. Peace.